Let's talk a little bit about the Justice in Policing Act and police reform in general, because I know both of you have been very proactive in terms of trying to get some laws changed. Ben, could you start by talking us about your assessment of the changes on the state and local level, whether you've seen enough, whether they've been effective?
Well, I think on the state and local levels, they have been somewhat effective in the fact that they are trying to address the matter. Because I think as they teach us in, law school, uh, notice is two-thirds of the law. What Tony Ramanucci, Jeff Storms, and other great lawyers with our legal team, we provided the notice. If they didn't already know with George Floyd, they were then on notice. And then once you're on notice, you have a duty to do something about it. And so you had over, 150 cities and states banned chokeholds after George Floyd was killed. And conversely, you had over 50 banned no knock warrants after Breonna Taylor was killed. And so you saw on the state and municipal level people trying to be responsive to what we had articulated for the world through the tragic killing of George Floyd. But what did not happen, Robert, it still hasn't stopped it. And that's what we're fighting against. You can say we did all the effort in the world, but if you keep killing my child and we keep losing our family members, then obviously we haven't done enough. I think about a mere lock that Attorney Ramanujan and Attorney Storms and I are working uh, on these no not warrants, and the fact that you know after Breonna Taylor, right there in the city where George Floyd was tortured to death, the mayor and them said they're going to ban no not warrants. But yet they keep doing them, and Amir Locke is laying on his couch, sleep. The police kick open the front door in the wee hours of the morning, very similar, eerily similar to Breonna Taylor, and they put a bullet in him even before we believe he was consciously aware of who they were. And what we're saying is we have to not just pass laws in theory, but we have to have them have impact in reality because our children are dying and they're being killed by police at a disproportionate rate, and we have to do something about it. And I know you didn't ask about the federal level. We'll get to that, I'm sure, in a little while. But, if the Senate doesn't come together and pass meaningful police reform, which they have not done since, I believe, President Lyndon Baines Johnson, Great Society legislation, then it's incumbent upon people like Tony and I, advocates and families, to press harder on the state and local level because doing nothing is not acceptable because we've been to too many funerals.